Hey everybody. In this video, I'm going to show you a few things that will help you be successful as we start our new period of online learning. As you've heard from me and from Ms. Campbell and probably others, BCPS, all BCPS schools are going into this new online learning organization and structure starting on Monday. And so this presentation hopefully will tell you a little bit about what that is like, as well as some of the stuff in the letter that I sent to you and your families on Schoology. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to do a few things. One, take you through the Schoology page for online learning and show you how to find everything you need. 2, how do you attend a class meeting? 3, using the online weekly learning weekly assignment folders. 4, how you can make your class meeting schedule to keep track of everything. And then also making a plan for keeping track of your assignments. So for OMHS online learning, every class, every week, you are going to have to do 2 things. You are going to have a half-hour class meeting on Google Meet video chat, and you're going to have 2 assignments to submit to Schoology, due at Monday at 8 a.m. the following week. So when I assign them on Monday the 6th, they're going to be due the following Monday. And that's going to be true for my class as well as for all of your other classes. So that means you've got 16 assignments to do every week, which hopefully won't be huge major assignments, but it does mean you're going to have to figure out how to structure your time so that you can do all of those. How will I be graded? We all want to know. So marking periods 3 and 4, we learned from the district just recently, are going to be combined. So there's going to be one super marking period, 3 and 4, and it's going to be pass-fail. That means you either pass or you fail. There's no letter grades. And that passing or failing is based on what they call a body of evidence. That means that whatever students are submitting, assignments, discussions, class meeting participation, so those half-hour class meetings, and quizzes that show that you have mastered the material and skills. So as a teacher, I'm going to look at everything you've submitted to me, and I'm going to say, has she, has he, have they mastered all of these materials and skills that they need to know? And if so, then you pass. And if you are not submitting things, or the things that you're submitting are not thoughtful and thorough and don't show that you've mastered the skills, you won't pass. This means that all assignments are mandatory because they're part of that body of evidence, and that you are going to start getting grades and feedback for all the assignments this week. All of the grades that you've already given to me count as part of this body of evidence, even though I'm putting them into practice. They don't know yet how this is going to affect GPA. So there's a lot of things that are still unclear about grading. This is everything that I know. I think it's everything that Ms. Campbell knows. As soon as I know more information, I'll tell you. So let's get to the first thing, which is finding everything you need to know on Schoology. And let's pop over to our Schoology page, not our screen recorder. This is what, even if you're not in my 3B class, this is what your Schoology page looks like. And every Schoology page is divided into the same sections in all the same classes. So here's the first one is your welcome page. And for mine, I've got my contact information. If you haven't followed me on Instagram, follow me. And then the class times. This is when we are meeting. You can look right here for when are we going to meet, and then the class meeting link so you know when we're meeting. These are resources to help with online learning. You have them in English and in Spanish. We're going to come back to those to show you how you can use some of those. And then the next section, the third section, is virtual class meets. This is where you will find the information for when your class is meeting, what is the link to go to the class meeting, and when are your teachers' office hours. Office hours are like coach class, and I'm kind of glad we're calling them office hours because that's what they call them in college. Your college professors will have office hours. So you can see here my office hours are Monday to Thursday from 9 a.m. to noon. Then I'm eating lunch, and then from 1 to 2 p.m. And Fridays, I'm there from 9 to 10 a.m. And during these office hours, that means teachers are available to answer Schoology messages. I'll be on Instagram, and sometimes I'm actually in this class meet space as well. You can just open that link and see if I'm there. Sometimes I'm there, sometimes I'm not. If you miss one of the class meetings also, I'm going to put it in that week's lesson folder. So let's take a look at what this class meet is. It's really as simple as you clicking on this link. Oh no. It's simple for you to click on this link. I have to go to my Firefox. So actually this is a good lesson. If it doesn't work in one browser, it'll work in another one. Here's the class link. So you just put it in the browser. It's just a web address that you put in the browser. You'll allow your microphone. it might ask you to allow your camera as well. It's probably not going to let me do my camera because my camera is filming me, but you would see yourself right here, and then you can hit join now, and then you can join right here. And you would be able to see yourself, you'd be able to see me, you'd be able to see the other participants. Up here over on the right-hand corner, you see a chat box, so you can write a chat to everybody, all people in here. And you can also see what's going on. You can mess around with your camera, and you can mess around with your microphone here as well. So this is the meeting spot every time, and I don't think you'll be able to get in until I'm in here, but you can, that's the class meet link. So it's as simple as clicking on a link. So let's go now to our online learning folders. So right here, these purple folders is where I'm going to post all of the things that you're going to need for the week in terms of assignments. So we've done class meetings, check. Now we're going to look at assignments. So I haven't put anything in this folder yet because I'm not ready for y'all yet, but let's go look at this example folder from our staff Schoology page. Here are some example lessons. So it would look like this. And I'm going to do a different folder for every week. So every week there will be a new purple folder. So your folder is going to look like this. Let's say lesson 1, lesson 2. This is a science lesson. So if I click on lesson 1, every lesson for all of your classes is going to be according to this outline. So you're going to see in the beginning first some goals for yourself, some objectives that you can check yourself against and say, did I accomplish this in the lesson? Then you'll have a think about it discussion post. That's going to take you to a discussion post where you're going to have a question to write about. Here's one, and you're going to write your response right here. That's kind of like when we do warm-ups in class. Then you're going to get a learn about it and a try it. The learn about it is sometimes going to be direct instruction. So for me, sometimes I'll put in a PowerPoint, or it'll be a video, or it'll be some readings. And then the try it is going to be an assignment. So maybe that's going to be creating something, comparing two different things, writing a paragraph, writing an article, putting together a museum piece, whatever the assignment is. And then here's a quiz at the end. Show what you know. Sometimes my assignments are going to have a quiz. Sometimes for my assignments, the try it is going to be the assignment and you won't have a quiz. But all of your lessons are going to be like this. It's really important to do your lessons in order. Don't go to the try it first because you won't understand what to do, right? You need to make sure you're reading the objectives, then getting yourself in the mindset of thinking about this. I will be grading these think about it as warm-ups. I'm going to be responding to you all, and then going to the learn about it before you hit the try it. It's also important to do these in order because in history class, it builds on itself, right? It's important to know what happened before in order to understand some of the context for what's going on. And so the next one, do lesson 1 before you do lesson 2. So that's your online learning. So I'm going to have a new purple folder there for you every week. And I'm going to be checking and grading those every week. And our class discussions, when we have our class meetings, it'll be a discussion about some of the things that we've talked about, as well as some of the things that are coming up. And we'll do some kind of, we're gonna do some like games. We're gonna do some challenges. We're gonna do some fun stuff in that half-hour discussion. And I'm gonna try to make every single thing that we do for all of our weekly discussions related to some of the things that we're seeing going on in the world today. So one of our next things coming up is going to be the Great Depression and understanding how some of the economic instability that's happening right now in the world with the COVID-19 virus, how we can learn some things from the Great Depression in the 1930s of what happened. Okay, last thing I'm going to take you through is how you can make your own schedule. So let's take a look here at student and parent remote learning resources. That's in the resources to help with online learning pink folder. And we're going to take a look at this student scheduling resources. So I want you to click on that last one, student scheduling resources. Download it. Let's open it up. So here's your sample schedule for you to create. So it takes you through the weekly master schedule. So everybody's 1A class is going to meet on Tuesday mornings. Everybody's 2A class is going to meet on Wednesday mornings, and so on. So this gives you a template. So you should, on Monday, April 6th, fill in this template with all of your classes to make sure that you don't miss any class meetings. Then you also get this to write down your teacher's office hours so you know when they are available to answer questions. It's kind of like their coach class schedule. So here is your sample schedule. Monday, it's got some assignments. Tuesday through Friday, that's when you're going to be doing your thing. And here's your teacher office hours. So how do you find out when your teachers are meeting? Let's go back to our resources to help with online learning folder. We'll go into student and parent remote learning. And it's this one, this little green one, this Excel file. We're going to open that guy up. OMHS class meetings and office hours. And this is a file of every single class, every single teacher's meeting times, all of their office hours and all of their class meetings. So if you have never done this before, you should do hit control, the bottom left key on your keyboard, control, hold it down, and as you're holding it down, hit F. And that will pop up this little box. And let's say my first period is gym, and I'm going to look up Mr. Fagola. I'm going to write his name, Fagola. And I'm going to hit find next. Oh, it found him for me. So that way I don't have to go search through everything. I can find him right there. Here's Mr. Fagola. I'm going to do a split screen. I'm going to divide up my screen. One half is going to be this. One half is going to be my schedule. And so here is my period 1A. I'm going to write down this is Jim. Or what is his? Oop, I'm going to hit enable editing. Oh, there we go. I had to hit enable editing. Jim, and then meets at, I'm going to look at Mr. Fagola. I'm going to go over here to what's his 1A. It meets at 10:30 from 10:30 to 11. And here we go, 10:30 to 11. And I'm going to do that for all of my classes. So I've got my 1A class. Now I know if I'm a late sleeper, I got to get up by 10:30 so I can be ready for Mr. Fagola's class on Tuesdays. And now here I've got him. And I'm going to look at his office hours. So his office hours Monday to Friday are 1 to 3 p.m. So A1, my teacher for A1 is Fagola, 1 to 3 p.m. And I can just write that down for all of them because it seems to be the same for him for every day. So I can write that down for all of them. Then I have my schedule. So once you do that, you have your schedule, you know when all of your classes to meet are going to meet. And all you have to do to go to your class meetings is go to that class. So when it's my turn, when you're meeting for me on Thursdays from 1 to 1:30, if you're in my 3B class, you're going to go to my class page. You're going to scroll down to virtual class meet, and you're just going to click on that link, and you can join the class meeting. The last thing that I want to show you, so you should make that folder for yourself. The last thing that I want to show you is student assignment tracker. This is also in that student and parent remote learning resources. Student assignment tracker. This document is a really good thing to keep for yourself, to keep track of all those 16 assignments that you're going to have to be doing every week. You're going to have to spend some time on them. So you have to decide how you're going to block out your time. Are you somebody who likes to work in the morning and then get it all done and take a break in the afternoon and evening? Do you like to work after dinner? You like get a second wind at 8 p.m. and you like to go till midnight? That's fine. Think about how you want to block out your time. So my suggestion for this is to write down, right? Like maybe I could say Great Depression assignment. Maybe you're in my 1A class, right? I'm keeping a little list of all my assignments. Another assignment. And then for A2, systems test, whatever it is, right? So I'm keeping track of all of my assignments here. I've got my list of assignments that I need to complete. Do this on Monday. Every teacher is going to post all of their assignments on Monday morning. So on Monday, whenever you get up, open up your computer, go into Schoology, go to every page, look at every assignment, and write them all down. And then you'll know exactly what you have to do. And then once you finish them, I don't know if you've ever done this in Microsoft Word. Once you let's say, I've done the Great Depression assignments. It's not going to take me more than 45 minutes. I'm not trying to make this way too hard. You can do strike through. So come up to the top under home and the home ribbon, there's strike through. Look, it's crossed out. I've done it already.